Ah, this is the place. Very quiet, retired, romantic, etc. Music in the distance, all very appropriate and sentimental. You seem perfectly calm, Lady Aline.
Conservatories are not unusual appendages to a ballroom, Mr. Crockstead. Nor is this conservatory unlike other conservatories.
I wonder why women are always so evasive.
With your permission, we will not discuss the gender. You and I are too old to be cynical and too young to be appreciative. And besides, it is a rule of mine, whenever I sit out a dance, that my partner shall avoid the subjects of women and golf.
You limit the area of conversation. But then, in this particular instance, I take it we have not come here to talk.
I beg your pardon?
Lady Aline, they are dancing a cotillion in there, so we have half an hour before us. We shall not be disturbed, for the Duchess, your aunt, has considerately stationed her aged companion in the corridor, with instructions to ward off intruders.
Mr. Crockstead!
Didn't you know? That's right, of course you did. Don't you know why I have brought you here? That's right, of course you do. The Duchess, your aunt, and the Marchioness, your mother. Observe how fondly my tongue trips out the titles. Smiled sweetly on us as we left the ballroom. There will be a notice in the Morning Post tomorrow. A marriage has been arranged between.
Mr. Crockstead! This is.
Because I have not yet proposed, you mean? Of course I intend to, Lady Helene, only as I know that you will accept me.
Let us go back to the ballroom.
Oh, please. That won't help us, you know. Do sit down. I assure you, I have never proposed before, so naturally I'm a trifle nervous. Of course, I know that we are only supers, really, without much of a speaking part. But the spirit moves me to gag in the absence of the stage manager, who is, let us say, the Duchess.
I have heard of the new humor, Mr. Crockstead, though I confess I have never understood it. This may be an exquisite example.
By no means. I'm merely trying to do the right thing, though perhaps not the conventional one, before making you the formal offer of my hand and fortune, which amounts to a little over 3 millions.
How people exaggerate. Between 6 and 7, I heard.
Only three at present. But we must be patient before throwing myself at your feet, metaphorically. I'm anxious that you should know something of the man whom you're about to marry.
It is really most considerate.
I have the advantage of you see, inasmuch as you have many dear friends who have told me all about you.
Indeed.
I'm aware, for instance, that this is your ninth season.
You are remarkably well informed.
I have been told that again tonight, 3 times, by charming young women who have vowed to love you. Now, as I have no dearest friends, it is unlikely that you will have heard anything equally definite concerning myself. I propose to enlighten you.
The story of your life. How thrilling.
I trust you may find it so. Lady Aline, I'm a self made man, as the foolish phrase has it, a man whose early years were spent in savage and desolate places where the devil had much to say, a man in whom whatever there once had been of natural kindness was very soon kicked out. I was poor and lonely for 32 years. I have been rich and lonely for 10. My millions have made honestly enough, but poverty and wretchedness had left their mark on me. And you will find very few men with a good word to say for Harrison Crockstead. I have no polish, or culture, or tastes. Art wearies me. Literature sends me to sleep.
When you come to the chapter of your personal deficiencies, Mr. Crockstead, please remember that they are sufficiently evident for me to have already observed them.
That is true. I will pass. then to more intimate matters. In a little township in Australia, a horrible place where there was gold, I met a woman whom I loved. She was what technically known as a bad woman. She ran away with another man. I tracked them to Texas, and in a mining camp there, I shot the man. I wanted to take the woman back, but she refused. That has been my solitary love affair. I shall never love any woman again as I loved her. I think that is all that I have to tell you. And now, will you marry me, Lady Aline?
Not if you were the last man in the world, Mr. Crockstead.
At least that is emphatic.